So, what does it mean to cultivate a culture of work? What are we talking about when we say we want to have a culture of work in our classrooms? Let's just pause for a moment again and think about what is the work, the primary work of a child. It's self-construction. Their responsibility and their main work is to build themselves, and they're doing it no matter what we do. They're hard at work at it all the time. And Montessori saw that the adult needs to support this self-construction. That's our work. That's our main charge, to support children in their self-construction. And we have to have a whole new understanding of children's potentialities and abilities to do that. We need that new adult that can support self-construction optimally, along with all the other tools that we have. So when we're thinking about an environment that supports self-construction, we know we've got our prepared environment. We know we've got cosmic education, all these lessons that we can offer. But we also have to think, this cultivating a culture of work is sort of part of that psychological environment of the classroom. How do we build a community that works together? And that where every child can satisfy whatever need they have in their self-construction. Well, let's think a little bit about what we mean when we're saying cultivate a culture of work. Cultivate means to foster or nurture the growth of something. We're not forcing, we're not requiring, we're not imposing. We're fostering and nurturing the growth. So we're cultivating. That takes sort of patience and observation and care to really fostering and nurture. So we cultivate a culture. And a culture is a shared belief system or values. It's important to remember that a culture can't be forced, or when it is, it can have pretty catastrophic results. You can have people who rebel. You can have people who silently submit, and anything in between. That's not what we're doing with the culture, with the belief systems in our class. We're cultivating it. We're fostering and nurturing the growth of culture, of a shared belief system and values within the classroom. So the culture is really going to depend on the community of children, the adult, the geographic location. You're going to have different classroom cultures, but you want to be consciously cultivating one that is supporting the children's work, that is supporting self-construction. So when we talk about work in the classroom, it's important to remember Montessori used that term to assign sort of adult value to the child's activity. And when we talk about work, we mean, personal activity that is aiding the child's, education of self-construction, right? So when we think about work, we have to, think about it as something as valuable as what adults do, because Montessori saw children, were almost always dismissed as playing. She wanted to elevate their value of their activity, and it is a personal activity that's aiding their learning and their education and their self-construction. So when we cultivate a culture of work, we are nurturing and fostering the growth of a shared belief and value system regarding the children's personal activity to aid their self-construction. That's what we're working on. It's not, yes, there's all those other standards and external things we need to consider, but at its heart, cultivating a culture of work is all about how we support self-construction in the classroom. How do we do that? We'll talk more.